think we're recording. So, next part of the story. And I realise that you can only do up to 15 minutes of recording. I don't intend to do more than that anyway. So I've set my timer on my phone for 8 minutes. Let's see if we can finish before that. Right, so I've got a violin. Never touched one. I got one, got it home, took the bow out. The bow, and thought, let's have a go then. So did that across the violin, nothing. It was like I might as well have pulled Linda's hair across it. There was no sound at all. It was just a scratching sound, like I was blowing over it. So first thing is, I see that is part of Frank's problem, and that's why he never got any tune out of it, because there was no rosin on the bow. Internet, rosin on the bow. And followed all these instructions, read all these various things, how to put rosin, what kind of rosin, all this sort of stuff. So I get the rosin, which came in the kit, which is this. Should have prepared this before. So I get the rosin, and it came in this little yellow block. And if you can see inside there, it's got all crystallised underneath the scratch marks. That's because these things all were told me. The first time it'll take you 5 or 6 minutes to get rosin on there, but once your rosin's on, keep it rosin, do this, do that. Well, I was chuffing away with this thing for the best part of 2 weeks, not constantly. I could not get any rosin on this bow, and the crystallisation in that came from, I'm sat there thinking, this needs warming up. So the fire was on, so I went and stood next to the fire, put this in front of the fire, and I was there for just a few seconds, 30 seconds maybe, and pulled it away and went, oh, okay, well, I think I've buggered that up. And it was tacky, and I thought, well, I can't put that on there because you're just gonna, so I let it cool down. Anyway, I never got any on there. So then I found a music shop in Albufeira that, and I went to see what they, because not everybody will stock violin stuff, and especially here in the Algarve, I don't know that there's that much call for it. So I went to the music shop to see what they got, because the violin didn't have the shoulder piece, it had a chin rest, but didn't have a shoulder piece, and also when I tuned it, I was messing about with the strings. 2 of them snapped straight away, so the strings weren't great either. And then the third one snapped as I was playing around with that. And then I found the bridge. The bridge on a violin isn't fixed. Who knew? Did you know? I didn't. Did you? I didn't either. They're not fixed, because as soon as I loosened the G string, G string, it fell off. And I thought, oh, is that broken or what? Where do I put that then? So internet, where does the bridge go on a violin? So it's actually not that difficult. On the F holes there's 2 little marks in the middle, and it lines up in the middle of them, and it goes a particular way around. So that was easy to do. So I bought some new strings. I went and bought some new rosin in a little box of rosin. This is the one I've seen people using. Brought that home, put the new strings on, sorted all that lot out, and still couldn't get the rosin on. So as I say, that's probably part of Frank's problem, that he tried to do it himself and didn't really understand the rosin side of things. And then I found that the bow hair, it's supposed to be tension's supposed to be relaxed, let off and then tightened. My God, how tight does it have to be? So I kept coming across these problems. Where do I find answers to my problems? Vadim. I decided I'm not going to mess with this anymore. I'm going to go and see Vadim, this guy, and he'll answer my questions. And he got his rosin my bow for me, and said, sandpaper it up. And people had said sandpaper it, other people had said don't, you're not supposed to mess with it, it'll come eventually. Anyway, Vadim says just get some fine sandpaper over it, and as you can see on this in the middle there, you can see where the sandpaper is still on. So sandpapered it off, and ever since then, no issue, rosin stayed on there. Next thing I read, rosin's important because it makes the strings, it puts the horsehair on the strings. So on my strings, you can't see it now, but all through here, all down here, I've got this massive build-up of rosin. I'm leaving it on there thinking, brilliant, loads of adhesion. Then I found that all the strings would do was squeak. Okay, well, I don't know what that is. So anyway, when Vadim came for a lesson, I said to him, see all this rosin on here? He said, oh my God, why have you got all that rosin on there? So cloth, wipe off all the rosin. Now you wipe the rosin off so there's not too much rosin on there, because the hair is supposed to stick to the violin strings, not to the rosin. So now I'm getting that sorted out. So there's another piece of the puzzle. How much rosin? I've got that more or less sorted. So I rosin it, but when I feel it's necessary, wipe off the excess that goes onto the body of the violin, because the wax can build up on the body of the violin. Get in there. So I've had some lessons, a couple of lessons, figuring out the bow. You can see I've put these marks on the bow. They are quarter, half and 3/4 marks, and that's because one of the things I'm really struggling with, I'm getting a bit better at it, is the use of the bow, and I keep running out of bow, so I put them on there, so it gives me a virtual guideline. And I did actually put some marks on here, because you can also mark on here where the first 3 notes are in what we call first position, position 1. More of that later. I've taken them off because I didn't particularly like them. I felt like a bit of an amateur. I am an amateur, and also because my fingers are warm, eventually they start to slip a little bit, so it doesn't even give you the right place to put your fingers anyway. So I thought, no, if I'm going to learn to do this, I'm going to learn by ear. They can go. So that's where we are right now. Bow, figured out the tension, figured out the rosin, got the marks on it. Fiddle, know how to string it, know where the bridge is supposed to go, although it is leaning a little bit, so I may have to fix that. And figured out how to tune it. The tuning pegs are another thing, because unlike a guitar which is geared, these are just wood fitted through wood, and it's the friction that holds them together. So you push it right through, you can see it just sticks out the other side, and they're a bugger to do. So, and you're fortunate you don't have to do it very much, because on the bottom here you have these fine tuning knobs. So you get your tune so that your string to within tolerance, and then fine tune it with these using your, there's me 8 minutes. Yes, okay, thank you. I want to stop now. Thank you. Yep, okay. Stop! Thank you. Using your tuner, and which another session on that soon to come. So this free violin that I got is now, at this moment in time, excluding lessons, has cost me about 150 euros. By the time new music stand, I'll introduce you to the music stand when I've got a webcam. So I've got this free violin. It's cost me the best part of 150 euros, and I haven't played a single note on it yet. So that's this video. I'm going to upload this because I don't want to go above 8 to 9 minutes, and it's just talking anyway. They will be fiddling soon, and you've already seen the squawking from Happy Birthday. So that's it for now. That's me setting up the fiddle, and I'll do another one on this, and then eventually I'll build up to letting you see me play, although it's only me watching, so, and I already know what I sound like. God, I do feel such an idiot talking to myself like this.